Hey, what's going on, guys? Back again with another short quick video. Right here, this video is going to be about water flow coming out of your tank, unloader valves, downstream injectors, bypasses, Hudson float valves, downstream injector hoses, and all that. Okay, so right here we got the lines feeding my tank. I got a 2-inch elbow coming out, down to a 2-inch Y, down to a 1-inch filter, 1-inch 1-inch ball valve, down to a 1-inch filter, down to a 1-inch crush proof hose, right? Feeding a 5.5 gallon per minute AR pump, 4,000 PSI. And one thing, you guys need to, if you're working on the system, definitely check your flow rate. Okay, and the way you check your flow rate is, okay, you see how I have it coming down to a crush proof hose, 1-inch crush proof hose, and then it goes to the garden hose fitting. I took a garden hose that I cut down to about 3 feet, and I ran it right here to the back of the trailer, ran it off to a bucket, and I didn't stick the hose in the bucket yet. So I came up here, I turned the valve on, I grabbed the other end of the hose, stuck it into a bucket, and started my timer. By the time I got to close to 50 seconds, I think I was at like 48 seconds maybe, the bucket was already running over. So that proved to me that I was getting more than 5 gallons per minute of flow out of this hose, this 1-inch hose. So I wouldn't have any problems or decavitation issues feeding my 5.5 gallon per minute pump off of this line that was already definitely proven to feed more than 5 gallons per minute. Okay. Right here we have an unloader valve. You can install an unloader valve on any type of pump and add a bypass. All you have to do is buy the fitting, change the fittings, and screw this fitting in, and screw the screw the unloader in. As long as you have like plugs like this on both sides. See, I changed it on this side to put the fitting in it, but it was a plug just like this to keep it closed off, and I put the fitting with the nipple on it so I can put the hose on it, so I can put my bypass on my return line on it. And that returns back to your tank when you're not on the trigger or you're not using your pressure washer. It just keeps flowing back to the tank. I'll show you that in a second. But right here we have a downstream injector. This is here for demonstration purposes only, to show you that you can mount where you can mount it at on your pressure washer. It will be definitely coming out of your pump, so it wouldn't be going in, so you won't have to worry about your chemicals even going near your pump by doing it this way. Okay, we'll go around to this side. This is how I have my downstream injector. Have it going directly into my hose reel. This is the hose coming from my remote downstreaming system box that I built. That's my solenoid, my electric solenoid that I have that feeds, that comes in. It feeds my solution. My solution is sucked in from this tank right here through this line with the PVC on it. It goes down this hose. It goes up to this on-off solenoid. I have a remote system inside this box that can control it, turn it on and off. Then it goes down, and comes up to my hose reel and goes out through my hose reel. That's how I do my house washing. But I got something else. That's why the reason why I put the PVC on it is because your hose will curl up. You see how that hose is curled up? Your hose will curl up like that, and you won't get in the solution. You might get what's on top, but you won't get the rest of it. Right here we got a Hudson float valve down inside of my tank, and this Hudson float valve is in here to control the water level. I have a PVC pipe coming down from the top. Okay, my water comes in, it's filtered as it comes in. It goes down the PVC pipe down to the bottom of the Hudson float valve. You can put the Hudson float valve as deep as you want. I have a 225 gallon lead tank, so I put it down to have only around 100 to 125 gallons of water in my tank. Once the water reaches the bottom of the Hudson float valve, there's a float on the bottom, and once it reaches the bottom of the float, it pushes the float up, which actually stops the water from flowing down through the Hudson float valve. So you guys, if you have one of these installed in your tank, you can come home from work and be getting ready for the next day. And I have mine hooked up through this filter, which it's fed through my 300-foot general pump hose reel with the 100-foot garden hose on it. I feed my tank like that. The water comes up the line on the side, then it runs up through that, and it goes through the filter. Once it's filtered, it comes down through the Hudson float valve. Once the Hudson float valve reaches the bottom, the water reaches the bottom of the float valve, it turns the water off. So no water will be able to go past the 100 to 125 gallons I have it set at. So if you have, say if you have, I don't know, 65 gallon tank, and you install a Hudson float valve, you may lose 5 gallons in the top of it, just so you can have control of your water. But it's definitely worth it, to be able to control your water levels. You won't have to worry about your water running over. I never take my cap off at all anymore to fill my tank. I just hook it up through the garden hose that's fed through the hose reel, and I never take my water I never take the cap off my tank anymore at all. So definitely guys, that's definitely something to invest in. The Hudson float valve, it definitely saves you from your tank running over or overfilling, because there's plenty of times I've hooked my hosing up when I came in from work, and I go in the house and I start doing things in the house, and I actually forget the water's on, and the water might be on for hours. I've had that happen. It's been on for hours, and I come out and the water level was still at 100 to 125 gallons, and it's just definitely something to invest in, guys. Like I said, I showed my trailer on one of my other videos. I actually just moved my generator, because it felt like the weight distribution wasn't right. So I moved my generator to the middle, because it was sitting over there on that side. But yeah, guys, this video just was about water flow, unloader valves, bypasses, downstream injectors, filters. Okay, one more thing I want to touch. I filter my water going in as well as I filter my water going out. It's always good to filter your water going out to your pressure washer, because sometimes, guys, we may pick up a hose that's been laying on somebody on the ground for months, and who knows how much dirt and grime is actually on that hose, and we stick it down in our tank, turn the water on. We don't think of how much stuff is actually down in. Let me see if I can check one of these filters. I may need a wrench to get it off, but yeah, you just twist it, and it's a filter down in there. But yeah, I'll probably need a wrench to get it off. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks for viewing. We're gonna get back with you on the next video. And I just want to say shout out to all my new subscribers. I appreciate you guys for coming over to the channel. Let me see. I definitely have seen 3 that came over. Paul, Chuckwick, Dr. Andy, I appreciate you guys for coming over to the channel. Thank you for coming over. And if you're not following me on Instagram, come check me out on Instagram, MMT_PROS. On Instagram, MMT_pros on Instagram. Come check me out over there.